And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone, welcome. As you're probably aware, Sajid Javid, the Health Secretary, came out recently and said a claim that I found completely dubious at the time, that 5 million people around the UK haven't even had one jab, and they really are putting themselves in harm's way and their loved ones. 5 million, he said. Let's have a quick listen.
It's right to point to that. There's some 5 million people throughout the UK that haven't even had one jab, and they really are putting themselves in harm's way and their loved ones.
Well, this is a Dr. Nigat Arif, sorry if I've slaughtered your name, as she was on This Morning using UN statistics to state this.
Team Holo, which is a global UN initiative to look at vaccine uptake around the world. And the biggest thing that we're struck by is always vaccine hesitancy. Even in this country, there's about 20 million people who haven't had the vaccine yet.
Even in this country, there's about 20 million people who haven't had the vaccine yet.
And even the first or the second dose.
Yes, you heard that right. That's 20 million. So who's telling the truth when it comes to the statistics? Now, I thought it was going to be a lot higher than the 5 million anyway, but 20 million would suggest why they've not brought in the passports and the mandates and all of the rest. That's a very large number to be upsetting, isn't it? 20 million. Much better to downplay it to 5 million so that people start feeling that the numbers are dwindling and people are not holding out much longer, and they might as well succumb to the coercion like everybody else. But not if the UN figures are correct. 20 million of people is roughly, by 2011 census figures, because they're all the figures that we've got at the moment, even though one was done recently, would make it a third of the nation. So a third of the nation, everyone. If you've not had your jibby jabby, you are part of the third of the nation that haven't as well. That's 20 million people. And that's not just here either, that sort of level of jibby-jabby hesitancy has materialised. We've also got this. In Europe, this is according to Ursula von der Leyen, 150 million people are still not jibby-jabbied. Let's have a quick listen to her.
Do you think the certificate will be of any value?
1/3 of the European population is not vaccinated. These are 150 million people. This is a lot.
These are 150 million people. This is a lot.
Did you notice what she said? A third of Europeans. A third. So it seems to be the going number, doesn't it? Across Europe, across the UK, that a third of all people have critical thought and do a little bit of research before they allow the government and the media to scare them into a jibby-jabby. It's good to hear. It's good to know that we're not a dwindling number. That number has stayed solid, as far as I can tell. And these are people that have gone through all of the coercion, all of the threats, all of the restrictions, and come out the other side still solid in their own beliefs. And why shouldn't they be? At the end of the day, I've always believed it's your body, your choice. If you feel that you're in a bracket where it may give you a better chance, I have no objections to you going for it, to be honest. But I would suggest you continue to do research on it. But I'm sure you already are, everyone. I'd like to know your opinion on this, everyone. I mean, who's telling the truth? We've got Sajid Javid saying 5 million. We've got a doctor on This Morning, who's a reputable doctor, a famous British doctor, saying that it's actually closer to a third of the population. And then we've got the EU confirming that in Europe, it's a third of Europeans as well. I'd like to end with this. As Matthew Marsden said, you have power. Don't let them convince you that you're alone, which is what I think Sajid Javid's trying to do. Stay strong, everyone. Stay sane. See you on the next one.